In just the last few minutes, a vigil wrapping up, marking 10 years since Philando Castile was shot and killed during a traffic stop in Falcon Heights. Loved ones gathering to remember him and reflect on his legacy. A police officer shot Castile shortly after he said he had a gun in the car. That officer believing he was reaching for it. That officer was acquitted of several charges. As tonight's vigil took place, former students also remembering Castile, who was a school cafeteria worker in St. Paul. Many of those students now adults themselves. Raya Katene joins us live from Falcon Heights, where that vigil just wrapped up. She also heard from one of those former students today. Raya.
Yeah, Kevin, Philando Castile's death a decade ago ignited a nationwide conversation about racial profiling and police reform. Much of those conversations still happening here tonight. And as the community comes together in Castile's honor, the former student I talked to tells me that she still honors him in her own way. Time has a way of making us forget.
It's been a long time.
But no matter how many days and years pass, there's one person Lila Ramgren can't help but remember.
Mr. Phil.
Mr. Phil.
Yeah.
Is how Lila and her classmates in St. Paul knew Philando Castile before he became known to the world as a man killed at the hands of a police officer.
I hadn't really had an understanding of police brutality before that conversation with my dad, and trying to comprehend that at 8 years old was just pretty difficult for me.
10 years ago, Lila was 8.
For Mr. Phil.
And shared with us a card she'd written to her favorite lunch man.
This year I was going to give you a gift, but then you died. I'm giving you a gift anyway. You had the biggest heart ever. I really miss you. You're the best lunch man we could ever have.
For over a decade, Castile worked in St. Paul school cafeterias, often helping kids who couldn't afford their lunch meals.
Justice for Philando Castile!
A decade after his passing, Castile's family, friends, and even strangers are together again in his honor.
Philando was just a wonderful person. He was a great spirit.
In a moment of solace, his mom Valerie reflects on the past 10 years, remembering a man this community says was a cherished neighbor and gentle spirit.
He was just such all-around nice guy that loved his job.
I remember writing that he had rainbows in his heart. I think it does take rainbows in your heart to be able to be so kind with so many children.
Children like Lila, no longer a child.
Yes, I love this hat. I feel like I can honor him in a way.
And refusing to let Mr. Phil be forgotten, no matter how much time passes. So where we are tonight is the Philando Castile Peace Garden. It's one of the ways that his family is honoring his life. They also set up a foundation to help victims of gun violence, and there's a fund that they're able to use for use of force training for police officers. Kevin.
Mr. Phil, those children now turned adults will remember Mr. Phil and his legacy forever. Raya, thank you.